There we go. We're fucking... Are you even being... Oh, hold on. Can you
Thank you,
talk?
Nightmare. I am talking.
There you go.
I'm talking all the time.
God damn it. Alright, let's just fucking take it from the top. Ladies and gentlemen, dog. Fuck. Fuck. Right, face front, true believers. This is Modular Media's No Price Podcast talk Marvel movies, comic books, merchandise, and more. I am your host, Chris A. Gaston, and with me, as always, in the bullpen.
Representing the competition, the vacuuminators here.
Yeah. And you're wearing a hat for your favorite tit size.
The joke doesn't work the second time.
I don't care. I want people to hear it.
It's bad. It's an inaccurate joke anyway. I don't know why you make it.
Well, it's not like you're gonna wear a hat with double Z's.
Whoa, buddy. I'll have you know, I'm a B cup.
Mm. You and Elma have something in common.
Oh! Should really get her on the podcast. We can talk about these kind of things and just like swift buster the hell out.
Elma is very, very clear and adamant on her love of tiny boobies.
Yeah, great. They're real nice.
Okay. Now.
Also, I don't. Oh, you can see it. You can see it in my window. The neighbors are shooting off fireworks like crazy.
Hot damn. Hell, you can always laugh. I'm not sure you'll be laughing at the right thing because I don't know.
You can laugh if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. Because if they don't laugh, well, then they don't laugh and they don't have any sense of humor. I don't know what the hell's wrong with humorless pricks.
All right. Hey, Vac. Ms.Marvel episode 4. Opinion?
I didn't like it.
I thought it was okay. Clunky, but okay.
All right. Thanks for coming out, everybody. We'll see you next week.
All right. Bye.
I have more to say. This episode, they introduced Red Dagger, who is basically Kamala's Catwoman in the comics.
Mm.
And he's also just a guy. Like, he's just a lone vigilante trying to help out his neighborhood in Pakistan. And here they made him, like, part of a long-running secret society? Because, we don't have enough of those in the MCU?
I mean, considering how many there are in Marvel Comics, we really don't have enough in the MCU.
I don't know. It felt lazy and like changing something for the sake of changing it. And given the fact that we don't see really any other Red Daggers besides him and that one guy who got killed, I felt like they just wanted it for the shock moment of that one guy getting killed.
Okay. You want to know something? Do you remember that one guy who got killed's name?
Oh God, is he another obscure character?
No, just tell me his name.
I don't remember it.
I think it was Waleed.
Sure.
Do you not remember one of the major clandestine I told you about from the comic?
Oh, you fucking...
Wally? Fucking theory, he's part of... and he's gonna come back as a big blue fire boy.
Or it's just a reference.
It's just a reference, probably. Either way, it's clunky, but it's fine.
Much like the editing in this episode. I haven't really had a problem with the editing. I feel like it's gotten less and less creative as the show has gone on. Like, that first episode, we were raving about all the cool creative stuff they were doing in that. And they've done, like, less and less of it. And the last 2 episodes... Like, remember how I went on and on about, like, the cool way they did texting in the first episode? Now they're just showing, like, screen captures of phones, and I don't get why they're doing that. But, like, that's the least of the problems when the fight scene, when we're introduced to Red Dagger, feels like it's missing shots.
Yeah, want to know probably why it is?
Because VFX weren't finished in time.
No, because this was filmed in the middle of like last year, still in the pandemic, in fucking Bangkok.
Yeah.
Like they didn't probably they probably tried to get as much footage as they can, but even then they couldn't do fucking pickups.
I mean, that makes sense, but like, it's still irritating as hell.
I know.
That chase scene was hard to watch. Some of the touristy look how beautiful this city is stuff was like, you can't get away with half-assing this when I just watched Moon Knight and that made me fall in love with Egypt as a locale.
Yeah, it is. Again, I say it's okay. I'm not saying it's good. I'm like, this has been the weakest episode so far.
Mm-hmm.
This is the weakest episode so far, but
Which really sucks because it feels like it's one of the ones where you should really connect with Kamala and her heritage.
Here's
like,
the thing: all those scenes are great. Her with her grandma, her with her mom, those are beautiful.
I thought those felt fairly predictable. Like, they weren't bad, but they were just like, yeah, this is what I'd expect you to do.
The end scene though, with her getting like a vision of partition.
Yeah,
that's a fucking.
Well, no, I think she legitimately got sent back in time.
I don't know.
That's what we're gonna do next week.
There could be some variety. There could be some thing there. Also, we have some minor confirmation and talk about how cosmology works in the MCU.
A little bit, yeah.
Of basically, there is dimensions and then there are realms, which is how I have always fucking read Marvel comics.
But you're not everybody.
Yeah, but it makes the most goddamn sense, and it's just fine. It's just, I'm just thankful that the people who are writing this shit have the same Marvel brain that I do and are explaining it to people the way I would explain it to people.
Oh yeah, no. I just mean, like, they had to explain it because people wouldn't get that. I'm sure there was somebody out there going like, wait, are the 9 realms and 4 part of the multiverse of madness? I don't understand.
Even then, those aren't even realms in it of themselves. Those more often than not are planets.
Yeah,
because you got to remember, Asgardians are aliens. That no ifs ands they are aliens. I think the Greek gods tend to be a little bit more mystic, but that's only because of Hercules.
Well, we'll find out on Friday.
Oh yeah, we will.
Because I gotta admit, at this point, like, I'll finish the show, but I am not very enthusiastic about Ms.Marvel anymore. I kind of just want to get past Wednesday into Friday to go see 4, and that's crazy because I'm talking about a Taika Waititi film, and everybody knows I'm not the biggest Taika Waititi fan.
You would like Jojo Rabbit,
maybe,
but overall, again, the weakest episode so far. There are some elements that are fun. Ms. Marvel's acting her heart out.
Yeah, no, she's a good act. Everyone in this is turning in a good performance. It's just crew and creative wise, I feel there's something lacking.
I do think the longer she stays in the MCU, the more, just overall, it's going to get better. It's going to definitely be a character that's gonna need to marinate some.
I am just a little irritated though by this episode in particular because, like, I do think I do really enjoy her and Red Dagger's romance in the comics. It's really cute and sweet. And here they don't seem to go for that at all, which fine, but like, why do him so quickly if you're not gonna do anything remotely resembling the comic character? Aside from the costume is spot on.
I don't know. He seemed fun. He seemed like a fun counterpoint to Kamala. Which ultimately he is the Ironmonger to her Iron Man.
Guess I can see that.
Do I need to explain?
A little bit, because isn't he like a bad guy?
No, what I mean is a parallel opposite, similar but different. Killmonger to T'Challa, those kind of like things, or Rhodey to Stark. Basically, he is a guy with very similar circumstances in this show of dude wants to be a good guy, gets brought into this group of long-standing importance, clandestine or red daggers, and then shit hits the fan, and now that he's a hero. He has to be a hero. He has to do shit.
Okay.
I think they just changed his origin to make it more of a parallel, to have like oh, me too connection.
Possibly.
Yeah. Same way that they kind of have Futz with Catwoman to be more of a protector of the downtrodden before she really turns into a master criminal.
Yeah.
You know, to kind of create that parallel, that connection for Batman.
All right.
But overall, okay episode. Clunky.
They got 2 episodes left. They got to start stepping it up.
And here's the thing. I'm also invested in, like, Marvel cosmology and shit, so I got like, something out of those scenes. So it's like, okay, cool. And you're not, so you didn't get anything out of it. It's just
you got your little shot of adrenaline.
Oh, God, I got the hiccups.
Yeah, you really do.
Hey, guess what?
What?
We've got toy news. Motherfucking
toy news.
What?
Not a lot happened this week, comparatively speaking.
No, not a lot. We did get some explanation that a lot of people have been asking for of why did they change Gore the God Butcher. And Taika basically said, yeah, it's because he looks like Voldemort, and we didn't want those comparisons.
I can barely see that, but okay.
Hold on.
No. Like, I get it. I get why people would say that, but, like...
And ultimately, I can understand, because it's like, we don't want to take anything away from the performance.
But then, like, okay, don't cover up Bale's face, but still give him those head tentacles. Give him something.
I agree. I think keeping the nose would have fixed it, but the head tentacles is good, because again, it makes him look like. Ultimately, you know why they need the head tentacles? Because it makes him look like a court jester, and you know what jesters were always the focus of in medieval court? It was making fun of the king, Thor. Ultimately, it was It was good intent, bad execution.
Yeah,
I say. Like, it's understandable to try to avoid the Voldemort comparisons, but like you could have kept the head tense. Overall, we'll see more when it comes to this Friday. But hey, got some Wakanda Forever news, but it's not related to anything in Wakanda.
Yeah, more promo art been leaking out, and
for some side characters, namely Namor, the Submariner.
It's Namor,
the first mutant. He
looks very not bad, just like a little different than I'd have expected. He looks like an Aztec man.
I think that's what they're going for. I think he is Bermuda Triangle, Mesoamerican, Atlantean.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? Fuck yeah. Make Marvel's Atlantis completely different than DC's Atlantis.
Mm-hmm.
And
DC's Atlantis is normal humans and mermaids and fish people. Just give us some indigenous twing to the Marvel Atlantis.
Yeah.
Especially because Aquaman was a really successful movie.
Yeah. But also, this is our first mutant in the MCU.
Yeah.
Because we got to remember, that's one of Namor's biggest claim to fame. He is the first mutant. He
What
is
about
a carrier.
Apocalypse?
No, he's the carrier. He's the first mutant to be published by Marvel Comics.
I know. I just wanted to hit.
No, because it's like asking what's the first Pokemon.
Uh huh.
You know what question? That's the question you got to be asked. Like, oh, who's the first mutant?
Well, sir. Do you mean the first one on screen in X-Men #1? Do you mean the first one they published that got retconned into being a mutant? Do you mean the first mutant in Marvel continuity history? What's going on here?
Yeah. Do you want to also include the Deviants because they're technically part of that whole shit now?
Uh-huh.
But yeah, no, I really like Namor's look. It is. I can see a Sue Storm wanting to leave Reed Richards for this guy. And ultimately, that's what you need Namor to look like. You need him to be the.
You can see Emily Blunt doing that. Oh, damn.
Yeah. But overall, good look. He looks solid. It doesn't look like every other Marvel costume, which I know some people have problems with. I don't really. It's just. It's like every character looking like Jack Kirby designed them. Yeah. You know, it's just a design aesthetic.
Variety is the spice of life, my friends.
Yep. Yeah, overall, good. I'll see if I can get a bigger picture. Yeah, there it is. It's good, solid.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. But speaking on that, we also got another look at another character in here related to Namor. We have Atuma.
Oh, okay, that's who this is. I completely glanced over the name. I do know a little bit about Atuma, at least enough to recognize the name.
He's basically kind of like Marvel's Ocean Master. He's just some ocean-themed, you all land dwellers are fucking idiots. Fuck you.
He also looks like a James Cameron Avatar man in this design.
I don't mind that, but I also like how his look is still very Mesoamerican. I like the hammerhead shark head crest.
You think he is going to be the main villain of the movie, or are they going to do like one of those Namor, we cut over to Namor and he's fighting this guy and then he beats him and then he's in the rest of the movie kind of things?
I have no idea. I think if it was up to me, I'd have him be like a general bad guy. Not like okay, if we're talking about like say like Homecoming, he's not Vulture, he's Shocker.
Yeah, he's the Goldar.
Yeah, he's Goldar. And then you can have him show up in like a TV show as a main villain. Which would be fun. But yeah, no. Atuma.
That might be a thing. Because they haven't said anything about a Namor movie, even though we know FF is coming. What if we get a Namor Disney Plus show?
Ooh, then maybe we could do some Invaders.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Atuma. So it's cool.
That's how you get Chris Evans back in the MCU and get that pop. He's in episode 5 of Namor for 10 minutes.
And we see the first version of Wolverine, Lucky Jim.
Yeah.
Next we have some fucking distressing news. Marvel announces new Spider-Man series from Dan Slott and Mark Bagley.
Yeah, diggity damn it.
Read a comic of the movie Thor: Love and Thunder. That's Jason Aaron's Thor run. It's pretty well liked. It's pretty well enjoyed.
Yeah. This, however, I doubt will be, because this seems to be like a tie-in to what they're doing to the main series.
It is, but it's basically Dan Slott's returning to Spider-Man after fucking up Fantastic Four for the past few years.
Because, you know, everybody just wanted that man to come back to Spider-Man instead of walking off a pier.
Hey, at least Mark Bagley's fucking doing the art.
I've already told you I'm not the biggest fan of Bagley. Like, I get why he's revered and why people like him. I just don't particularly care for his style.
But this isn't taking place in the main book. This is a new title running alongside it. Because I know both you and Buster were concerned about that, I think.
Yeah, this is just going to be adjectiveless Spider-Man. And it's going to be another #1, because I wasn't aware of this until last night, but when they made Amazing a weekly book they lumped all the side book numberings in with it, which I think is fucking stupid and confusing. As is having like the 10th Spider-Man #1 in as many years. But what do I know? I'm not a Marvel Comics exec.
Yeah. And here's the thing, they do a bunch of #1s, they still have the legacy numbers.
Yeah. This ain't gonna be able to have that though.
Yeah, no, it's not. But it's gone on sale in fucking October. But hey, Dark Crisis is a thing. Is it a good thing? Okay. But apparently we do got a brand new legacy hero. We got Red Canary.
Yeah, character designed by Dan Mora too. Really cool get for him. And I like this character design a fair bit. Obviously, we don't know anything about her, what her connection is to Dinah, this, that, and the other thing, but we're apparently going to learn in Dark Crisis #3, which is next month's issue.
Nice. I like her sneakers.
Yeah, I like the character design overall. There's a lot of cool elements being repeated here from both the Black Canary design and just recent hero designs in general. So I hope she has somewhat of an interesting story to her so that I can get invested in her in the same way I've been invested in Dinah for years.
I really appreciate the return of the leather jacket on superhero costumes.
Yeah.
What's Dan Mora known for?
Dan Mora drew Klaus, Power Rangers. He's drawing Batman, Superman right now.
Nice.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite artists working at the moment.
That's interesting to think about because looking at this art, it's very traditional comic booky art. Superman, Batman is very traditional, very on model kind of art. Well, if we look at some of my favorite fucking comic book artists, like Mike Allred or Daniel Warren Johnson, who did Beta Ray Bill.
You like crazy shit. I like shit that looks very clean and structured, but has a slight edge to it. It's almost like you have ADHD and I have OCD.
I like my comic book art to look fucking hype as shit. That's what I want. If it ain't hype, it ain't nothing.
And yet you just compared the last Dan Mora comic we read to Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Dragon Ball Z can get pretty hype.
Exactly, my point.
Yeah. Here's the thing, that's a mix, that's you know what I mean.
Uh-huh.
Is Daniel Warren Johnson ever gonna draw someone doing a fucking Rainmaker? Or a One-Winged Angel?
Isn't he drawing that wrestling comic we're reading?
No, I'm Dan Mora. Daniel Warren Johnson's the guy who draws that stuff.
Okay. You said, is Daniel Warren Johnson ever going to do this
fucking
stuff? And
I
was
don't know.
like, sir.
Fucking, you know what I mean.
You're mixing your Dans up.
Hey, guess what? More McFarlane's.
Hey, guess what? I need a minute.
Oh. Well, I'll just go through the toys while you're talking. Just as a little slideshow. We got a Catwoman.
Yeah, another Julie Newmar Catwoman.
With a dumpy. Am I wrong?
It's decent.
She has animated MILF hips. You're not disagreeing with me, so I'm going to take that as an agreement.
Sure. I'm just not super into this line. The black and white variants, I get it. There were still a lot of black and white TVs at that time, so it makes sense. But I don't want that, and I don't really care about the version of Mr. Freeze they showed in this round of reveals, which I think is next. No, it's black and white Joker.
It is very much hey, do you want these guys? Here they are. Oh God, look at that man.
Yeah, that was Mr. Freeze in '66 because that was long before Nora and all that shit. That was practically invented for the animated series.
Yeah.
You should come with a freeze gun, though.
I like this little set, though. That's cute.
Yeah, it's nice, but it's incredibly show specific, so I can't see you getting this for other figure stuff. And I did not hear great things about their Batcave set, so I'm a little concerned.
This is just very much a toy line for 60-year-old men who want to relive their childhood.
Yeah.
And you know what? There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not for us.
Uh-huh.
We're not the target audience. It'd be like us fucking complaining about Paw Patrol toys.
Yeah.
You know? It's not for us. Why are we complaining about it?
God.
That's why the articulation isn't as good, because they don't care about articulation. They just want, oh, sweet, it's my Batman.
Yeah.
Nice.
Although you did just help me realize, in 30 years, there's probably going to be Paw Patrol nostalgia merch.
Oh god, imagine in 30 years we get the gritty, grimdark reboot of Paw Patrol.
And there's guys our age on podcasts talking about, like, this isn't true to the source material.
I can just see the trailer now. I used to be a good boy. I ain't good no longer.
Somebody bookmarked this for historical reference.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. Like, there's still an adult Thomas the Tank Engine fan base.
Yeah. Though they haven't done anything remotely collector-friendly with Thomas the Tank Engine. The most I could think is, like, there might have been some, like, official model railway Thomas trains.
I mean, there's several toy lines. There's the one by Tomy.
Yeah.
That happened I don't know if it's still going on, but it happened a couple years ago, where basically it had blue rails and it had a little battery and like a battery compartment and a motor in it, and you could flip a switch and it'll just automatically run around the train.
Yeah. And I just remembered there was a Thomas Nendoroid announced recently.
Oh god. Yeah, dude, Thomas is huge in Japan.
Yeah, because they love trains over there.
They love trains.
They're good people.
I mean, hey, Tomy makes the fucking toys. And then Mattel kind of just imports them.
How about that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they did for a while. I don't... Look,
so back in my day, it was made by a small toy company known as Learning Curve. Ooh.
Oh. Hey, we got a Black Adam wave. We got...
Yeah.
Rock the Rock Roxon.
We got Dwayne the John Roxon.
We got Exxon Johnson Rock.
Yeah.
How many more jokes?
We got Get Your Rocks On Dwayne.
Get your John out of my Dwayne John. Hawkman,
who, like, I don't have a big opinion on any of these movie designs, because a lot of them are just like, does anybody give a shit about that character?
Why isn't he shirtless?
Sometimes he is, sometimes he isn't. Sometimes he has an armor plate.
Let him be shirtless.
Yeah.
Let the man tit out. Come on. What, you don't want to let the man tit out?
I would love to hashtag let the man tit out.
Who the fuck is this?
This is Cyclone, who is a teenage redheaded awkward white girl in the comics. But I don't mind them changing her ethnicity and costume so drastically, because who gives a fuck about Cyclone other than Jeff Johns?
I mean, Jeff Johns.
Jeff Johns.
Alright, it's cool. Hey, Dr. Fate, he looks fine.
I like this version of Dr. Fate. This looks like you could see this in a comic.
I just don't see the eyes. I like the eye holes.
One side has the eye hole, the other is blank, and I think that's got something to do with his character in the movie.
I mean, Dr. Fate has a character?
It's fucking Pierce Brosnan, and there's scenes of him out of costume. So
I meant more as in Dr. Fate always feels like a very bland character to me. Yeah, and it was just more questioning. He has a character?
Because it's the helmet taking over people.
Goddamn. Our fucking master of mystic arts is so much cooler. Because at least he gets fucking laid.
Fate has a wife. Sometimes.
Is his wife a demon lord?
I don't know. I haven't read any actual Dr. Fate stories.
Because you gotta remember, Doctor Strange has a wife. It's just Clea. Clea.
Yeah, I know. I like Clea. I'm in the Clea fan club with you.
Oh, hey. More Johnson, the Rocks and Boxing.
Yeah, look, he's got a hood.
Oh my god, he has a hood.
Wait, put your gun away.
What?
I was making a terrible joke.
Oh, you are making a terrible joke.
Yeah. Somebody's gotta.
Did Black Adam ever have a hood in the comics, or was it just Shazam and that one run?
It's a very recent thing. It was actually during the Jeff Johns run of Shazam that inspired the Shazam movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, for all the shit people can give Jeff Johns, he did write some okay books.
Yeah, I genuinely like his Shazam.
Is this Adam?
Adam Smasher.
Okay.
Who I think they're handling extremely well in terms of toys, because they're just releasing a regular size one and then a mega fig one that's twice as big.
Nice.
Yeah. And I think it's the exact same mold too.
This guy looks fine.
Yeah. He looks very close to the comic. He looks the most close to the comic out of anyone in this group of characters.
Is this the big one? Oh, this is the big guy.
Yeah, that's the big boy.
Wait, he's a shrinker and grower?
No, he's just a grower.
Okay. Is he related to the Atom at all?
I do not know. I've only seen him as a background character in things. And this is the villain of the movie, Sabak.
Sabak! I remember him from the fucking Superman Shazam book.
Yeah, he's in stuff. I've seen him before. He looks fairly different here, but not in a terrible way.
It looks like a neat design. Like, I could see someone going like, you know what, I want to redo the Sabak.
Yeah, he looks like a demon man.
With
Which I think he is.
With a fucking jumpy.
Somebody at McFarlane likes them a bit of the dump truck.
Yeah.
A little bit of the dump
Yeah,
truck.
overall, it's solid. I just, like...
Yeah. I gotta see the movie before I know if I actually want it.
Yeah. But then the toy line that I know I absolutely need to get one guy from. So there's a toy line called Long Box Heroes Collection from
This
Toy
is a new
Otter.
line from Fresh Monkey Fiction, who I actually have been keeping track of. They did a line last year that was kind of sort of kickstarted, but it was done through Big Bad Toy Store. They did a line entirely made up of Christmas characters, like different versions of Santa Claus and elves and stuff like that. And it was really cool. It was really solid. I didn't get any of them, but I was like, if I ever have extra money, I'd love to look back around and get a couple of these.
Well,
those were... Go ahead.
Go. You're still bringing out the prologue.
Yeah. And those were highly articulated. However, this Long Box Heroes collection appears to be 5 POA.
Yeah, which, but they're also using a lot of independent comic book characters, such as the Rocketeer, the Tick, fucking Madman.
Yeah.
Fucking love Madman. He's one of my favorite dudes.
It appears to be like, hey, Super 7 won't make these guys in reaction, so we're gonna do it.
The Grendel, and Mr. Monster, which I am not aware of what he's from.
I've never heard of either of those dudes.
Okay, Grendel's from a pretty well-regarded independent comic book from the 90s called Grendel. Which, best way to put it is, it's like JoJo in terms of structure, but not in terms of plot.
Interesting.
So, like, every once in a while, it would change the main character, and it'd be a new story related to and coming off of the back of the last one.
So it was just like a new version of the Phantom.
Yes, but, like, here's the thing. The Grendel is an entity that's, like, mean and vindictive and revenge-filled and an asshole.
So it's, what if the Phantom was the Venom symbiote?
Yes, because, like, the first guy was, like, literally an assassin who just was, like, I don't fucking give a shit. I'm gonna kill people. I'm just gonna, yeah, bang, bang, bang. And then the second person was a person who was trying to solve a murder and kept going down on a revenge-filled quest till it ultimately led to her death. And then eventually, the Grendel just takes over the world through, like, mind control, like, subtle mind, like...
Oh, so we got a little bit of Devilman in there, too, huh?
Oh, yeah. No, it turns into a complete fascist state of just, like, praise Grendel. And it's just like, what the fuck? It goes places.
Interesting.
You know what? Fuck it. You know what? Hashtag beep boop beep boop boop beep boop ba ba. Hold on. Boop boop. Comic. Dr. Stern, Mr. Monster. Is this it? Oh yeah, no it is.
Okay.
This is the dude. It's a comic book featuring a hero created by Michael T. Gilbert, most recently published in Dark Horse. Created by Fred Kelly, appeared by... Oh! He's an... Oh! He's a character that was created in the 40s that was just bought and brought back.
That's cool.
Yeah. Like, created by this dude.
Nice.
What else did he do? Oh, he did Legend. He did a Legends of the Dark Knight. He did some Walt Disney fucking cartoons.
Yeah, sounds like just a work for hire kind of guy, huh?
Yeah, he just seems like he just did what he wanted to do, and he made his own thing.
Nice. All right. Well, that's cool that this is getting a figure. I wonder if this is the first figure of.
It might be like. This does, like, I have never seen any of this dude. He looks like he's from the goddamn 40s.
Yeah. Oh, man. I actually, now that I'm seeing it in comic art, I actually really like this design, and I want a Mezco 112 collective of it.
Oh, man, this is a good comic cover. This guy is fucking dope looking.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like imagine this guy chilling out with, those skull boys you were geeking out over.
Oh yeah. He definitely can fit in with that kind of mindset. It's this cool pulpy dude. We got Grendel, and then we got fucking 60s Geechee Keen, the Tick.
Mm-hmm.
This is very much this is a toy line for like 3 people.
Yeah,
We're 2 of them.
I gotta say, I love how the Rocketeer has just been adopted by the comic community as like, no, you're one of our mans. You can stay. Yeah, Disney made you, but you can stay.
Because it ultimately feels like Disney just bought like an independent comic and just made a movie out of him. He doesn't feel like a Disney creation, you know?
Mm-hmm. And I mean, they do jack squat with him anymore, so makes sense that we just keep doing him in independent comics. Like,
you know what?
Who has him at the moment? Is it Dark Horse?
Maybe. Here's the thing: does Disney still own the Rocketeer? Does Disney own the license?
I think so. The movie's on Disney Plus.
Know what they should do? Rocketeer and the Invaders.
Ooh.
Have them team up with Cap in the 40s.
And just make it a sequel to the original Rocketeer. Say it's in the same continuity.
You could do that, but also, what if you bring in the Rocketeer into Marvel continuity and you make it Tony's grandfather?
Oh.
Like being a hero's really is what's in Tony's blood, not just science, you know?
Like, while Howard was doing super science stuff for the war, his dad was off being a superhero, and they never knew.
Like, that'd just be fun. I know it would fuck with the actual origin of the Rocketeer because he's supposed to be some Joe Schmo, but do some things, you know? Do stuff with him. He's cool. He's a cool character. At least independent comic book people are going like, yeah, no, let's just fucking adopt him.
Yeah.
I'm leaving this Mr. Monster stuff up so I can remember to fucking look him up later. Read some of his books. Because why not?
Yeah.
Fucking read Clandestine.
Yeah, come back with the semi-annual obscure character report.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no. Hey, you want to actually
Hey.
talk some comics and not just news?
I guess we could do that.
Hey, we both read Red.
Puns.
Xmen Red. This is basically the aftermath of Magneto getting getting a seat on the Council of Araco.
Yeah, and they're like, prove yourself, bitch.
And he's like, okay, I recognize that your culture has different values than Krakoa. That while we were just fighting to live and thus the right of resurrection is very important to us, you feel that life has meaning when there's death. So guess what? Me and Storm have agreed if we're going to be living on this island, we will follow your practices and beliefs. They're on an island for the nation, but yeah, planet. We'll follow your beliefs and ideals, so we are no longer in the resurrection protocols. If we die, we die. Which I think that's going to bite you in the ass, Magneto, but it makes total sense.
But it's X-Men comics. They'll find a way to bring him back anyways.
Oh yeah, waiting room. He's in the waiting room.
Yeah. He even says the waiting room exists.
Yeah. But it's very much of like, it's a sign of, I want to work with you and not just be here, you know?
Uh-huh.
All the while, Roberto is resurrected after having his neck cracked.
And he's just like, well, that sucked.
And then we have one of my favorite moments in X-Men recent years.
Yeah.
Do you want me to explain it, or do you want to have any
I'm just X-Men's your thing. I'm just here to go like, yeah, bud, yeah, is GOAT, is hype, is GOAT Rob Swag Kino.
Okay, so back in Ten of Swords, they realized that if someone dies in Otherworld, you come back different, come back wrong, essentially. And the way they found that out through the character called Rockslide. Well, we haven't really seen much of him since then.
Yeah.
And Roberto wakes up from Resurrection, sees him, and goes like, does he always do that? He's like, yeah, we just let him hang around. He doesn't hurt anything. He's just curious, I guess. And so Roberto goes like, all right, bet. And goes and has a conversation with them. And basically it devolves into an idea of what is self? What does it mean to be self? Who are we in relation to other people? And where does comfortability lie?
Yeah, because he's like, I get it. I freak other people out because I'm not the guy they knew. Like, that guy is dead, and I'm someone else. So you shouldn't even call me Rockslide.
Like, it's an insult, but Wrong Slide fits. That's my name now.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, there's a cool little benefit to that there. And he's basically, like, a beautiful moment where he basically says, like, you know, when my time's up and I'm at the end of my ropes, I don't want to be resurrected. I'm going to walk into Otherworld and let myself die and let some new version of me come in and see this beautiful world. And I'm just like, damn.
Boy, buddy boy.
That's good. That's good.
Uh-huh.
And then Roberto goes like, hey, you want to go to fucking Mars?
He's like, all right, that's cool, bro. Cool story, bro. Want to go to Mars?
I mean, it makes sense, because he has a very similar philosophical belief on life and death to the Iraqi people.
Uh-huh.
And he would probably fit in better up there. And he doesn't have all the baggage here that he has here. He can be more comfortable. Because ultimately he says, it's like, I'm happy, but the only reason I'm not happy is I see all of them being sad. And I feel bad that I can't make them happy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good character. It's good stuff.
Yeah. So another fantastic issue of X-Men Red. This book stays winning.
Also, we have Storm meeting up with a bunch of intergalactic council people, and they go like, all right, so Professor Xavier's daughter is dead. We don't know why, but we all got a psychic blast. And Storm goes like, all right, cool. And they were just saying like, so this is gonna probably cause a big powder keg. power vacuum in this whole stuff and everything. And Storm goes like, no, it won't. She's being brought back right now. What? Yeah, we're mutants. We can just come back to life now. Fuck you. We deserve the right to live, so fuck off with all that shit. And if you don't think it's going to be happening right now, a giant psychic blast hit probably one of the most powerful psychics in all of the galaxy, her father. And then you see a brief moment where Professor Xavier's waking up and goes like, fucking activate the pods now. He's pissed. Someone fucked with his baby girl. Which you would know if you're reading not Excalibur, Marauders.
I am reading Marauders.
No, I'm just saying for the audience.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, Xmen Red, good book. Hey, hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
This is a long time before that though, because this is
just a
nice...
Hello there. I am prepubescent Obi-Wan.
No, he's like 20 in this. Though there is a lot more present day stuff, because if you remember, the framing device for this book is there's a sandstorm rolling in on Tatooine, and old man Obi-Wan is just writing in his journal while that's going on, because it's something to do. Also, the way he's drawn, this book goes for heavy actor likeness. So the way he's drawn, he looks very Alec Guinness. I'm guessing this is like a couple weeks before New Hope. But it flashes back, and again, heavy actor likeness, which sometimes is good, sometimes it just looks like you traced a photo of Liam Neeson, and it ain't great.
Yeah.
But it's essentially just a one-off tale about they go to this place where some miners were attacked by thieves, and a bunch of crazy shit's going down, and they have to figure out what exactly it is and fix things before the station goes... something happens with the station that will make the planet uninhabitable. And the whole time, it's essentially Qui-Gon trying to teach Obi-Wan to stop relying so much on procedure and be more willing to lend himself to the Force and let that tell him what he needs to do.
Hey, here's the lesson you need to learn throughout all the Star Wars movies.
Yeah, stop getting in your own way, basically.
Also, is that a werewolf?
Yeah, he fights a werewolf man, because there's a species in Star Wars that are just werewolf man.
We're talking about Obi-Wan, even though Obi-Wan's over.
Well, the book's going to keep going. I think there's like a few more issues, because...
No, I was making a joke that the show's over, yet we're still talking about Obi-Wan because you've read the book.
Yeah. This issue's fairly solid. Not a whole lot to write home about, but just like a neat little flashpoint in his overall character arc. And the next issue is going to take place during the Clone Wars.
Nice.
So we'll see what that's all about.
Qui-Gon Jinn? Yeah, Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah.
I read XCellent.
How was that?
How do you like soap operas? It's very soap opera.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Because there's a lot of shit that happens, but it's like, what the fuck is happening? How to describe it? Because you... Okay. So, the non-binary news reporter...
Is that man wearing a mask that he also has his lips through?
Yes. That Zeitgeist.
All right.
No, he needs that because you want to know what his power is?
What is his power?
Projectile vomit. He can, like, spew acid from his mouth.
Okay.
So it, like, protects him. Also, he was in Deadpool 2.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Yep. Okay, so, what has happened? The new non-binary news reporter that ecstatics get to, like, help spread the message.
So he's a Twitter user.
Yeah, no, you're right. He is a dickhead. Absolute piece of shit.
All right.
Is being attacked by Zeitgeist's fans. Like, literally, Zeitgeist sent his fans after them.
Oh.
Like, you say Twitter user, I'm not kidding. And then this dude, whose power is he has mutant pubes, comes and saves them. And they're going like, fuck you, Ecstatics, you put me in danger. I'm not taking anybody's side. And the Ecstatics are like, we wanted to come help you, but our teleporter was AWOL. And she's going like, I'm not as good as my mom, and you're just comparing me to her. And she's dating another character. Hold on. Okay.
Let me get a visual aid.
Okay. So this character, her daughter is dating his son, and this guy in the middle, this purple dude, is having a problem with it because of some reason, and they're just going, oh, is it because you're racist? Because he's black and she's white? And he's going like, no, I'm not fucking racist. It's a team, and you weren't here to do the team superhero shit.
Oh, boy.
So he asked Dead Girl to talk to the original Yugo girl, and she's like, buddy, what the fuck you want me to tell you? I'm dead. I was barely her mother in the first place. Just let her be a kid. And he's like, alright, fine. And he does, and that helps everything. And then they fucking try and kill the guy with fucking super pubes. The Zeitgeist does. Because the blue girl, her name's Mirror Girl, is sleeping with both of them. And, like, Zeitgeist is gaslighting and abusing her, and Fluff is not, and it's just, like, it's a good comic, but Jesus fucking Christ.
Alright.
Captain America, Symbol of Truth, we both read this.
This was fun.
This was fun. Super pubes. He has super pubes.
What happened to this?
You know the hair around the genitals? He has super powered versions of those. Like, he can make glue come out of them.
So anyway, it's just a fun adventure of Sam and Deadpool beating some dudes up to try and get some answers.
Wilson and Wilson.
Yeah. Attorneys at law.
It's fun. Also, I like how Sam was basically like, he took Wade at his word. He didn't treat Wade like shit.
Yeah. Because I don't think they have much of a history. I think he doesn't have any real reason to distrust Wade, despite his relationship or his reputation.
Yeah, and like Deadpool could he joked, but he was taking the job seriously. He was doing the right thing, and Sam, I think, appreciated that. I like this dynamic.
Yeah,
it's fun.
This could be a book.
It is a book.
Hey, how about that? Look at us making things happen at Marvel Comics.
Basically, Sam flies into Latveria trying to solve a mystery. Deadpool's already there trying to solve a different thing. They go on a madcap adventure. They're trying to leave Latveria, and Doom just goes like, you motherfuckers show up in my goddamn place. The fuck you doing, bitch?
Which made me super happy, because one of my first experiences reading current Marvel was in Mark Waid Daredevil, where there's an issue where he just wakes up in Latveria and he's like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And the whole issue is just him trying to get to the border before Doom can catch him.
Oh, help, fireworks are going off. Can't help you there, bud.
Duck and cover.
But yeah, no, fun issue. It's fun to see Deadpool in this kind of environment. And you know what? I'm honestly kind of happy that Steve is taking on the more heavy subjects of, like, what is America? And what does he mean to Captain America? And yeah. Sam just gets to be a fucking...
Sam's doing the swashbuckling.
Sam's doing swashbuckling.
Was originally known for.
Yeah. Oh, Dr. Doom is based in this because he's wearing fucking a nice-ass regal robe. He looks like a king.
Yeah.
He looks badass.
He looks like he just came from entertaining a bunch of people.
Yeah.
He's like, you pulled me away from afternoon tea for this?
Yeah. And I also like how he says a world-renowned mercenary and a global terrorist, Because Deadpool's the mercenary. That means he's calling Sam a terrorist.
Well, I mean, he's wearing another country's flag in a sovereign nation, so...
Yeah. But overall, next issue is going to be wild because it's Deadpool, Captain America versus Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
Hey, I read X-Force, issue number 29.
How was... I skimmed it, but I didn't really read it, because, like, I don't care about this storyline.
Well, the storyline's over, to an extent.
Hooray! I can maybe read it now at the next issue.
Okay, so basically they've had this little thing that's been going around eating people's brains and stealing their powers, and they're trying to fight it. And they're trying to take care of it. Sounds like the greatest comic ever. We'll keep you posted, Buster. We'll keep you posted.
I'm back in a month.
Yeah. So, X-Force is trying to fight this thing. They're trying to figure it out. All the while, the main narration is coming from Quentin Quire.
Oh.
And basically, his whole thing is, I was a dickhead. Then I grew up a little bit, and I had a girlfriend. And she genuinely made me a better person. But then she dumped me. So I purposely tried to make it so I wouldn't revert back to my old habits. I wanted to keep improving and keep being a better person. And so I guess that's what this means. As the end of the book, he basically sacrifices himself to stop the thing. But by doing so, he creates a psionic blast that wipes him from the resurrection protocols.
Oh, no! The waiting room exists.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, that's the intent. All the while, Phoebe, his ex-girlfriend, is going like, I don't know, guys, should we really have treated Quentin that bad? And they're all just going like, ew, Quentin. Like, all talking in unison, super schoolgirl, super Emma Frost. It's just like, ew, Quentin Quire, gross. And she's going
They're
like...
the Ashleys.
Yeah, but Phoebe is on her own just going like, I don't know, I still feel kind of bad. And then she sees the fight happen, and she sees Quentin die, and she feels it and goes like, oh no. Oh no. I fucking caused this. Oh shit, no, it's my fault, he's dead. Fuck. Also, Red Omega's around, and he helped out. He genuinely was a team player. And, like, there's a tense fucking panel of Red Omega and Wolverine just staring at each other. It's just like, fuck, we're doing this now. No, it's just more of like, shit, you actually helped. Fuck, I actually helped. Fuck. It's just like that. It's just like, that's the fucking weirdest tension ever.
And you might find yourself helping the X-Men.
Yeah. But overall, it's a good issue. I would suggest you skim it a little bit more just for that sweet, sweet Quentin Quire character.
Oh, yeah, that excites me.
But yeah, no, solid little issue. Hey, I read Ironman Hellcat Annual.
How was that?
It's mostly a Hellcat book.
Cool. Patsy doesn't get enough screen time these days.
Yeah, but it's being treated as like an Iron Man annual because he's the one with the ongoing book right now.
Also,
and she's a side character.
His name sells books.
Yeah. So essentially, Hellcat is informed that her mother had property in San Francisco that needs to be dealt with, and she's like, "All right, I'll fucking go deal with that." Because she also needs to. She needs a moment to clear her head after Tony Stark proposed to her out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So she's like, I just need a moment. Let's go fucking deal with this. So she goes, and as she's in the house, they're doing the stuff, they're cleaning up things. A little fucking stuffed bunny goes like, yes, ominous shit. As she wakes up in the house, completely restored, as a party's going downstairs, full of her past dead relatives. Oh, ooh, spooky. And a bunch of things are like egging her on to be violent and to tap her power. all that kind of stuff, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So before she fell asleep, she heard a bump in the night because this is like this stuff's been happening. She sees a bump in the night. There's blood everywhere, and she goes like, "Oh shit!" And then the bunny goes like, "Sleep." All right. And then she wakes up in that vision. But before that, she called Iron Man and goes like, "Hey, Tony, I know shit's fucked, and we gotta have a lot of conversations. I need help." And he just is putting on his boots, going, "I'll be there in 30 minutes. You wouldn't be calling me if you didn't need help right now."
Yeah.
So he zooms over, and Hellcat's in a trance, and Iron Man shows up and is like, "Yo, what's up?" And the bunny goes like, "Hey, you can't help her. She's off in hell." "What?" "Her soul's in hell right now." The fuck?
Yeah, I agree, Buster. That Iron Man design does look a little off model.
Yeah, it's not the worst.
Not so much the design, the proportions in that specific image.
Yeah. It's also just not a great fucking cover for this issue. There's a lot more cool. There's a lot better covers you could have done.
It looks like a fill-in artist, truly.
Yeah, because the bunny goes like, "All right, if you want to help her out, you gotta fucking go to hell too. You gotta send your soul to hell." And he's like, "You know what? I care for her. I'll do it." So
he's like, "This wouldn't be the first time."
So he goes to hell, and they're basically fighting the demons. And Hellcat's ultimate lesson is you need to accept your past and your trauma and all that blah 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 blah. Pretty standard comic book fare. So she wakes up. Tony wakes up, and he goes like, "All right, are you good? Situation good? I want to keep giving you your space. If so, I'm gonna fuck off." And she's like, "Yeah, no, we're good. You can fuck off now." And he's like, "All right, cool. We'll continue this story later." He fucks off. And then she turns to the rabbit and goes like, "All right, fucking asshole. I know who you really are. You're my ex-husband, the son of Satan."
Oh,
Remember, that's an actual character in Marvel Comics.
that's true.
Damon. And he's like, "Yeah." Damon. He goes like, "Yeah, it's me. I just want to let you know, I still care about you. I'm not trying to get you back or anything. I just care about you. I love you as a person. Shit's going to be going down, and you need to be prepared for it. And you kind of basically
say something about you that, like, the fucking son of Satan found you an attractive person."
Oh, come on. But ultimately, he goes like, "You kind of just need to accept the hell powers you have in order to fight this thing off." So it's just setting up stuff in the Iron Man book for Hellcat. It's a good little single shot thing, though.
Yeah.
I also read Beyond the White Knight.
How's that go?
It's good. It's a lot of little character bits. It's Duke becoming Robin. He actually becomes Robin and not just Signal.
Thank goodity godness.
But he's an adult 30-year-old man in a Robin costume. It's kind of funny. It's a modified. It's not the booty shorts. It's like an armor.
Yeah.
There's some cool character interaction between Jack Napier and Bruce Wayne. All that kind of stuff. There's a fun bar scene with Jack's kid, daughter, and a gang with a bunch of like people who are inspired by Azrael.
Say, I love that drawing of Bruce at the bottom of the cover. He looks like an insane homeless man.
He kind of is. Because you got to remember, Jack Napier's in his head as a hologram.
Yeah.
So he's just talking to himself all the time. But ultimately, we get some like character work on Terry McGinnis, because we've been led to believe that through this whole thing so far that Terry McGinnis is fully on Powers' bullshit, that he believes Bruce Wayne is a bad guy, all this kind of stuff, and you realize that his father, the reason his father died is like the day before he died, he bailed Terry McGinnis out of jail, and he's like, "Terry, this is fucked up shit. Powers is crazy. We need to stop him." And then he died the next day. So literally, he's only working with Powers to stop him.
Interesting.
So, like, it's fun. It's cool. If you're into the White Knight universe, fuck you, Buster. You're right. I hate you. The Joker does look like Germa. Alright, next book. Hey, Superman.
Action Comics, the story is still going. It's alright. There's some good stuff. They do the artist switch again in this issue, but they switch back to the artist I like.
Uh-huh.
So I wonder if that guy just had shit to do for a little bit.
Maybe.
But no, this is fairly interesting. There's a lot of like war dumping and just gearing up for the final confrontation in this that is coming very soon. A couple wholesome little Superman moments of him being friends to former prisoners. Fucking Mongol makes a deal with what looks like fucking Red Death, but female and in black. I don't know who that character is supposed to be.
New Black Racer?
Potentially. And then in the backup, Supergirl, John Henry Irons, and Lois are trying to keep one of the Kryptonian refugees from dying, and eventually what they have to do is Supergirl takes her and flies her into the sun. Meanwhile, who is this guy again? Oh yeah, we're setting up the next arc with Metallo, with Waller going to get him out of prison. Yeah. So I don't know.
So is Clark Kent coming back to Earth soon?
Potentially, probably, maybe soon. He doesn't start to do that in this issue, but we know that's coming.
Okay, but I just more of like other people are kind of prepping for him.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that Superman character. I hope no one has shit takes on him. Yeah, Buster.
Buster's referring to a tweet I retweeted this morning.
Oh, lordy.
Yeah.
What was the shit take?
Somebody posted screen caps of Homelander and Omni-Man and said, "This is if Superman was relatable." And I just quote retweeted it and I said, "Excuse me, sir, who hurt you as a child?"
I didn't know you were a sociopath.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Omni-Man, if you actually read the fucking books, hates who he is at the beginning of the fucking books.
Huh?
Shock and all, he goes through a character arc. You can't just trust the character from the TV show, buds.
Especially because the TV show is one season that covers like the first 4 trades.
Yeah, no. Omni-Man goes places, guys.
Yeah.
Speaking of the things that go places, I fucking read Ghost Cage number 3.
What the fuck is this?
Okay, this is an Image book. It's a 3-issue miniseries where my reaction's always good, apparently.
Yeah, you're pretty based.
So, Ghost Cage, number 3. Okay.
This looks like a Ben 10 ale.
Okay. The premise of Ghost Cage is this one dude basically finds this psychokinetic energy that just channels all of a form of energy that we have used. Coal, hydroelectric, nuclear, all these kind of things, and turns them into giant kaijus. And this dude on the cover is called Max. Okay? And his job is to go fight those monsters and absorb their energy. That's the whole point of it. Okay? What the fuck moments? Some comics are just what the fuck, Ebo. And okay, he fights all these kaijus. So this is the last issue where basically all the real big things are revealed. So there was a sword lady. Okay, overall, it's too complicated to fucking actually explain without having to explain everything.
Apparently.
All you gotta know, evil corporation tried to abuse energy. Evil AI hologram tried to use that energy in order to give himself a human body. The good guys win and stop him. The robot dies, but is reborn as a human to a group of people who love him, including our main character, who has been, because they do this whole thing of like the hologram dude going like, "Oh, all of you are representative of my legacy. You, the corporate lackey who believes in my business full-heartedly, are representative of my child of business. You are representative of my creator, and you are his actual biological child. And you, robot boy, you are a representation of the technology he created." And basically they realize, oh shit, we are kind of like siblings. And they find a found family there, and they like lean on each other, and it's cute, and it's sweet, and they save the day.
Okay.
The lesson of the book, don't use gasoline.
Cool. I'll go get a Tesla.
It's a good book. It is a good book. It's just a book that's very much more, it's feeling, not text, you know? You're reading it and you're just going like, oh yeah, energy, action, the movement. Oh, the dial, like, oh, you know, bits and pieces. Oh, Earth's good, you know, all that kind of stuff. But then you just go like, trying to explain it's fucking dumb. Hey, we both read IronCat.
Oh, you did read this. Okay. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this because I actually did go back and reread Jed McKay's first Black Cat miniseries a couple weeks ago because everybody had been talking about how damn good it was.
Buster, real quick, Buster, you would enjoy Ghostface. It is one part Devilman, one part Zipman. Like, legitimately, it has some Zipman vibes. You would probably enjoy this.
Buster, this is less an Iron Man book and more a Black Cat book that Iron Man is supporting.
Yeah, this is a Black Cat book. Because basically
Jinx, you owe me a soda. She's robbing a place, and she's flashing back to her training with the white... Is it the White Fox or the Black Fox? I always forget.
Black Fox in this.
Yeah, it's the Black Fox and another lady, and she's like, oh man, those were great times. And then she gets attacked by the IronCat, which is a suit she had made or stole or some combination of that in the last miniseries so that she could pull off a job, and then Iron Man repossessed it. And she's like, who the fuck is in it? And they're chasing her all over town, and then they reveal themselves, and it's the girl from the flashbacks, and she narrowly escapes and goes to Tony and is like, yo, someone stole the IronCat and is trying to kill me. And he's like, that's your problem. I'm not dealing with that. Get out of here. I'm turning on my sprinklers. And she's like, please, please. It's my ex-girlfriend. And he's like, oh, shit. That's happened to me a lot. I guess I better help you.
Oh, yeah. So, by the way, everybody, comic book canon confirmation, Black Cat's bi.
Yeah.
Or Pan. I think Pan fits for Black Cat. But Black Cat is into both. All right.
Yeah. I dealt with it. But no, this is a great first issue. I'm very much looking forward to this.
Hell yeah. Sabretooth.
Are you sure it's Sabretooth and not Swamp Thing?
You know, you say that as a joke.
Oh, God.
So basically, Sabretooth and all the other people that were put in the hole come to a ceasefire, and Sabretooth goes like, alright guys. So, ultimately, what they did is fucked up. What putting us in the hole is kind of a fucked up thing. I'm angry at it. I'm pretty sure y'all are angry at it to an extent. But people up there are starting to realize it. And the more they start to realize it, the more pressure's on them, and we may be able to get out. But he also wants to, like, actually push it along. So he talks to Cypher, who's been his, like, parole agent anywhere. I always sound a little sad.
A little bit.
And he goes like, fuck you, I'm solving this. And the issue ends with literally the phrase, and he lives, as Sabretooth's hand is coming out of the ground. So basically he's not necessarily going to attack the council for their actions, but he's more... He is the first sin of Krakoa, and he wants people to know that they are not this is not a land without sin. That they have already made mistakes, and we needed to learn from them.
Fair enough.
But he's Sabretooth, so he's going at it like an asshole. Which, you know what? Fair enough. But ultimately, it's a weird... It's not a you book. It is a me book. It's not a you book.
Yeah, no, I've heard Sal and Tiffany talking about this, and I'm like, I'm just gonna stay away from that.
This feels a lot like Legion of X, where it talks about more of the social and moral and philosophical implications of Krakoa and dealing with those. You know what I mean?
Whereas I want a Super People book that, like, brings that up occasionally.
And see, here's the thing. I want that too, but I also want the full on, no, let's just look at this shit. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, we both read Marvel Voices Pride #1, their yearly Pride anthology.
I only read the first couple stories. After the D-Man story, my eyes started to glaze over a little bit.
The D-Man story was cute.
No. The Young Avengers and D-Man stories are great. Everything else just... I don't know. It wasn't bad, but, like, it felt... It feels like we're just kind of playing on generic queer character stories. And, like, that doesn't make me interested in them as people. So, like, I'm less inclined to pay attention to the story I'm reading.
Well, I will say this: the last one is totally not a queer person story. Well, it is heavily rooted in queer themes, but it is not. That is not the focus.
Okay.
But let's just go down in order. So the first one is a Young Avengers tale, starring Loki, Wiccan, Hulkling, and America Chavez. Where Loki's just tied up, and he goes like, "Hey, Young Avengers, I need help." Hulkling and Wiccan goes like, America Chavez, we need your help. And she goes like, fine. To go help save Loki. He's being surrounded by people. And he goes like, oh yeah, no, they're all my exes. And it's a bunch of guys and gals. And it's just like, thank you for finally confirming that Loki is bisexual in the comics. Thank you.
One of them's a horseman, so I guess we're confirming that myth exists in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, to an extent. And basically... They go like, Loki, you could have gotten yourself out of that at any time. And he goes like, shut up. Oh my god, did you just want to hang out with us? Maybe. And they go have fucking breakfast. It's cute.
Yeah.
The next one is D-Man, basically holding a little resource meeting. I'm not sure the best way to describe it.
Like a support group.
A support group for trans superpowered characters.
Yeah.
And we're introduced to a bunch of fun, unique characters. All of them are trans in some way, fashion, or form. We have a girl who can control people's emotions with sad stories. She's a fun-seeming character. We have another character who's non-binary, goes by they, them, who has a black hole power kind of thing. We have another trans man character who has pyrokinetic abilities called Good Arson.
He's just Guy Fieri.
He's just Guy Fieri. He's a great character. I love him. He's top-notch.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a brand new character, and she's a shapeshifter of some kind, but she's not like Mystique where she can... It's like, she kind of just mimics them for a little bit. She can't control it fully.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man's supposed to
and
come.
then Spider-Man and the Sinister Syndicate show up.
Yeah, but Spider-Man was supposed to show up to kind of give him the great power, great responsibility speech. But he's being chased by the Syndicate. And basically all of them team up and fight the bad guys. And it's just a fun, cute little thing. And we also see D-Man still wearing a super suit underneath. And they're going like, oh, you still had some hero in you after all.
Yeah.
And it's cute.
It's a fun little story.
There is a moment where they do poke fun at themselves with one of the characters going, transistors tolerate, and every other character is going like, that is not our fucking team name. That is shit. What the fuck are you doing? And he's like, I'm nervous, alright? And it's cute. It's fun. Yeah. The next story...
It's a far cry from Snowflake.
Yeah. It also feels like it's making fun of all that kind of stuff. The next story is about two like Wakandan related characters fighting some bad guys, and they're trying to have a cute picnic, and they tell each other how much they love each other. It's just cute. It's just like a little romantic getaway for these two guys. It's less about like characters you know, and it's just more like, hey, these are some gay characters that this person wanted to write about. The next one is Valkyrie. The new version of Valkyrie, who's based off of the Ragnarok Valkyrie, Brunhilde, the new Valkyrie, because the old Valkyrie's still around. The blonde white girl. This is the new one. And she's basically celebrating Pride on Earth, and she goes like, you know what? This is really fun. I want to do this in Asgard. So she goes to Thor, and she goes like, hey. Thor, you want to do this big old pride party? And he goes like, no, we are Asgardians. We must be serious. And she goes like, Thor being serious? The fuck? Was he even... No, this doesn't make sense. And then Loki pops up and goes like, hey, we're doing pride over in my icy kingdom. You want to come? And she's like, yeah, sure. She goes over there. It's just Loki throwing a fucking hooray Loki party. And all the giants are like waving Loki banners, and she goes like, this fucking sucks. And then Thor comes in and goes like, what are you guys doing here? We should be celebrating Pride in Asgard. And she goes like, but you said no. What? Nah. If you'd have come and asked me, I would have said yeah. I've been avenging with the Avengers. And she just looks at Loki and goes like, Loki, you fucking pulled a prank on me. And he just goes, I wanted the first Pride to be celebrated on my planet. Is that so wrong? And so they start celebrating Pride on Asgard, and Loki turns into the female Loki and goes like, hey, am I your type right now? And Valkyrie just looks at her and goes, give me a couple drinks and we'll see. It's cute. The next story, I'm trying to remember. I think the next story is the one with Escapade. Basically, a brand new mutant character. This is her introduction. She is a trans girl. Her power is that she can swap places with anybody. So, like, if you're in one place, she can swap places with you, and that kind of thing.
There's a Guardians of the Galaxy story.
Oh, there is. That's a very simple one. It's just Peter Quill wants to show them a biker movie. They're all saying it's trash. Moondragon gets hit by a psychic blast from Game Master, where she's in like a psychic thing, and basically the movie's affecting it and all that kind of stuff. And she just wins the day. It's just a fun little side story. It's not. It's very fluffy. It's not too important. And then the last one's the trans girl story, and basically, she has these powers. She wants to be like a Robin Hood character, but she can't really control them well because she doesn't know how to train them. Emma Frost keeps showing up and going like, "Hey, you can come to Krakoa and learn about your powers," and she goes like, "No, you're a fucking cult." And basically, Destiny shows up and goes like, hey, here's a vision of your future where you accidentally kill your best friend you've known since childhood. Come to Krakoa and learn about your powers. And basically she goes to her friend and goes like, I think I need to Krakoa or else he'll die. And he goes like, you could have told me this. And dear God, you're going to the mind control island, all that kind of stuff. It's just like, it's fun. I can see this being a fun character, and she's going to show up in New Mutant soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just get spam bots, Buster. It happens.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of love...
Oh, Jesus, I thought this would be next for some reason.
Look at all the Batmans and Catwomans who are looking at each other.
This is if you haven't been reading this book, this is Tom King at his Tom Kingiest, and it's at times hard to parse, but I think I got the gist. Mm-hmm. However, I don't know if I have accurately conveyed the gist of this series as far as our discussing of it has gone, because it's been delayed and there's been weird shit and there's all kinds of time jumping and maybe imaginary plots happening in it. This has been a weird book, but the ending is mostly okay. I can see it pissing a lot of hardcore fans off because there is a bit of a flippant tone to it, and that's always kind of been there in the way Tom King writes Batman and Catwoman's relationship. But I've always found it a bit charming, so I didn't entirely mind it. And hey, you get a wholesome scene at the front of this of Selina waking up during her first Christmas at Wayne Manor and being like, Alfred, this is amazing. And he's like, oh, thank you. I worked very hard. So, you know what? That was worth the price of admission alone.
Okay, so real quick, just let me ask you this. Is ultimately the point of the book that Batman and Catwoman get together and have a happy life to an extent?
That's always kind of been the book.
Okay. Cause
like, this is Tom King's if they had let me do whatever the fuck I wanted to do with my run book.
Which is basically, I want them to end up together and be happy for a time.
Yeah. Like, there's a scene in this issue where we see what their wedding is in this universe, which is that they snuck off and went to essentially the Gotham version of a Vegas chapel. And it's very silly, and there's a Batman package that Selina like talks Bruce into getting. And the person is like, hey, you need 2 witnesses, or you're going to have to pay for them. And Bruce is like, oh, fine. And he starts going for his wallet. And then she's like, wait, we have 2 witnesses. Don't you remember? Which is a callback to Tom King's run, because he just goes, oh, right. Clark, we're doing it. If you and Lois want to attend, we'd... And then Lois and Clark are just right in front of them.
Yeah. My friend being happy? Yes.
Yeah.
That's cute. That's cute. This just seems like I would rather read all the cute moments posted out of context on Twitter.
Yeah, very much so.
This what this book kind of feels like.
Like, the main future plot that's wrapped up in this, it's kind of weird and fucky, and I don't know if other people would be into.
Also, this is just a really brief aside. From what I've read of Tom King's Batman, would you say that his interpretation of Batman is autistic?
A little bit, yeah.
Similar to how most people write Reed Richards as autistic?
Also, Buster, strike that, reverse it.
Sounds like bad, but Inoue?
No. Inoue sounds like Tom King, but bad.
Don't fucking wiggle your head! Your head that's tiny in the frame, because you're comfortably sitting.
Oh, I'm sorry, did you need this? Ah, Jesus, my neck. I'm not old, I just slept wrong last night, everyone.
Fucking trying to look like Eddie Kingston, motherfucker. Hey, guess what we also both read?
What did we read?
She-Hulk.
Yeah. This issue feels like a bit of fluff. There's not a whole lot going on in it. Like there's a lot of working out continuity stuff, but it's not super exciting after the first couple pages where they're having the.
This feels much more like that one episode of a sitcom where they got a little lazy with the plot and they just went full on with sight gags.
Yeah, because like over half this book is just them sitting on a park. It's just Jennifer and Jack of Hearts sitting on a park bench, and I'm like, this dialogue isn't terrible. It's cute. It's fine. I'm glad you're working out this continuity stuff of Jack of Hearts, but like, I just imagine the artist being so bored.
Yeah. Ultimately, though, the book looks beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love this artist.
There's a fun scene where Jen is having the fight club with, what's her name? Titania. Also, I freaking forgot. You know where those characters come from, right?
Yeah, they're the two ladies that were just randomly made during Secret Wars.
Yeah. I just always forget about that. And the Thing sees it and goes like, oh shit, my friend's in trouble. Punch. And he's told, like, no, we're doing, like, this is to keep us, or, like, this is to get energy out. And he's like, oh, why didn't you fucking invite me? I love punching. And he goes like, hey, bring your, like, and no, then Titania's go like, hey, can I bring my husband next time? And he's like, yeah, sure, I'd love to fucking fight Crusher. And it's just like, wholesome.
Yeah.
And then the Thing goes like, hey, could you help me out? And she goes like, you're gonna just have to pay the fucking ticket. And he's like, God damn it, I don't want to fucking pay the ticket. It's cute. Also, did you notice what Jen is wearing on the cover? It's Van Dyne workout gear.
Oh shit, that is cool. That's cool.
That's cute. And then Jen gets inundated with her super friends who want a lawyer. And she's like, no, I can't do superheroes anymore. And they're going like, we could be inconspicuous. And it's just a giant panel with everything.
In costume.
Moon Knight's there. Fucking Moon Knight.
Yeah.
That crazy son of a bitch. What the fuck? How can he be inconspicuous?
Also, how does Moon Knight not already have Matt Murdock on retainer?
He did, but Matt Murdock got too pissed at him.
Yeah.
Hey, we also both read Chip Zdarsky's new comic.
Yeah, Public Domain. I loved this. This felt like Chip had shit to say and he wasn't pulling punches.
It also doesn't feel like he's taking a direct aim at any one, like, specific aspect other than corporations.
It feels like he's just venting about, like, I hate what superheroes have become.
And how we treat the creators who made them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chip Zdarsky's new indie book. It's pretty good. It's not a superhero book. It is purely... This could be a show on FX. Yeah.
Because essentially what it is these two guys are the sons of an artist who co-created a classic comic book character that's about to get a new movie. And they're, like, avoiding going with their dad to the premiere. Because they're just like, we hate that fake Hollywood shit. We just want to live our lives. And then the one son gets assigned to cover the release of the new movie. And he's got to interview the actor. And he ends up getting all worked up and almost assaulting the actor. Because he can just tell he's being super flippant about the character.
That he still has a lot of respect for because his dad made him. He doesn't hate the character, he just hates what everybody else does with them.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, the dad is at the premiere, and, like, we see that the guy who originally wrote the book hates him, and, like, has it as part of all of his contracts that they have to be within, like, they have to be kept 30 feet apart at least, or something like that. Meanwhile, that guy's assistant, like, is a huge fan, and just wants to write comics, and so she goes up and gets a selfie with him, and they hit it off in, like, a friendship kind of way. And so the next day when he gets back and his sons are picking him up, she calls him because she's been going through paperwork that the studio asked for, and she's like, "Yo, I found a note from like 30 years ago that kind of says you own this superhero. Like you have legal precedent over the writer guy and over the studio that says they own him, which is really which is such a great knee drop moment because there's like all these little moments all throughout the book where they're just throwing these little bits of disrespect out there. Like one of the people from the studio flat out says you can't refer to them as the original creators. Officially, blah 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 studio are the original creators and they were just the creative minds behind it.
Yeah. Which is a lot of the byline for a lot of different characters. And the thing I appreciate about Chip doing this is it doesn't feel like it's any other writer. It would be hyper specific to one actual event in comics.
Mm-hmm.
It would have just been Jack and Stan.
If Tom King wrote this, it would just be Jack and Stan.
But, like, it's a little bit of Jack and Stan. It's a little bit of the Schusters. It's a little bit of the Batman story. It's a little bit of Ditko.
Yeah. There's elements of all of it in this, and it's generic enough that if you're not trained to look for that stuff, you're not going to feel it. It's just like, this is just Chip Zdarsky saying, yo, the way comic book creators get treated these days is fucked up.
Yeah. It's a good book, and it's one of those things that I have little doubt it's gonna do this, but in any other hands, this could become a very preachy mess. It's Chip Zdarsky. It's not gonna go that direction. I trust him wholeheartedly. I love his writing. Also, he's drawing this.
Yeah.
People forget he's an artist, too.
Mm-hmm. His style is very flat and doesn't have a lot of personality to it, but it's not bad.
Here's the thing. For this book, it's the perfect art. Because it's meant to feel very grounded.
It feels like I'm watching a TV show. Mm-hmm. This feels like I'm watching Breaking Bad.
Yeah. But no, this is good, and I have a feeling this is going to kind of turn into a courtroom drama.
Mm-hmm.
In some fashion regard. Also, the name. Because it also reflects the corporation's use of copyright and abuse of it.
Mm-hmm. And the name, and I love how they use it in the context of the actual book. The superhero's name is just the Domain.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun and cute stuff. It's a good book, especially if you're into artist rights and creators' rights when it comes to comic books.
Mm-hmm. Also, one thing I will say that's hyper specific about this, I love that Zdarsky just goes, yo, stop calling superheroes modern mythology. It sounds cheesy now.
They're just myth. They are inspired and taken from myth, but like they are their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to an extent, superheroes are more like folklore than myth. But either way. Hey, Batman Fortress, issue number 2. The art is still rubbing me the wrong way.
Yeah, this, I think I'm done with this book.
I'm not. It's not great, but it's fun.
This feels like a script for a Batman movie that just got left in a drawer.
Because essentially it's just like, okay, hey, there's a giant egg out there, and we gotta see what happens, and they take all these fighter planes from around the world, and they go and fight it, and everybody gets fucked up.
It's just Batman Independence Day.
It is Batman Independence Day.
Hey, Buster in the chat. Hey, Mr. White, we gotta protest for better pay for comic creators, bitch.
Yeah. You're not wrong. The art in this book is... There are times when it's meant to be rough. There are times when it's meant to be very dead serious, but the way Bruce Wayne is drawn, it is fucking...
It looks like Alfred E. Newman.
It looks like Mad Magazine. You're fucking right.
Yeah.
It's a weird mix. It's like his chin is too defined. His cheeks are too high.
His lips are too curled.
His lips are too curled and too plump.
He's got like bug eyes. Everybody's got bug eyes. It's weird.
It's fucking the art in this book is weird. I do not like it.
Uh-huh.
I also think the color
talking about this.
I also think the coloring does not help whatsoever. The coloring makes it 10 times worse. So overall, Batman Fortress, it gets a bleh out of us.
Yeah, I'm done with this book. Sorry.
I'll read it. I'll keep reading it just to see what the fuck happens.
Okay.
Hey, but that's all the books we read.
We did it. We did the comic show. Yay! Woo-hoo!
Yeah. Woo-hoo. Hey.
And it's past midnight, so happy America Day, everybody.
Oh, it's Steve Rogers' birthday.
Yeah.
I
forgot to leave milk and cookies out for him. I gotta go.
No, don't leave milk and cookies out.
What?
I don't remember what Steve Rogers' favorite food is. Never mind. We can't continue the joke. Hey,
I'm making burgers and dogs tomorrow.
Oh no, hot dogs! Because remember, he's from New York.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And he's Irish, so send out some hash.
Yeah.
Hey, you do things on the internet. You want to tell people about them? What? No, he's not. Oh, God damn it. I just need to go through this whole thing and fucking fix it. Because I don't know.
This bitch.
I do. Fucking say yourself.
Hang on, I want to make sure it can hear me.
You're fucking... I see the fucking thing.
Okay.
No, he's not. Not now.
Test.
Fucking bitch.
Hang on, it's going to switch back to me in a second.
It will.
Okay, there it is. Alright, I'm the Vacuuminator. I make YouTube videos. There's an HD remaster of one of my most popular videos about to come out, so go subscribe to The Vacuuminator, youtube.com for that. Follow me on Twitter at The Vacuuminator for clapbacks to shitty Superman takes. And follow me at _Vacuuminator on Instagram if you want to see cool figure photography of stuff like Marvel Legends or Star Wars Black Series or other 6-inch stuff that connects to comic books. I'm gonna be posting some G.I. Joe pictures soon. I just took a bunch tonight.
Hell yeah. Hey, howdy. I do a variety of content on the internet. You want some Twitch streams? Twitch.tv/BoingoWriter. Do you want some social media? Search for at Boingo_Writer on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. And you want to see some YouTube videos? Search for Boingo Writer on YouTube. You'll sure to find me. In the meantime, hey buddy, do you have any more things you want to say about comic books this week?
You ever think about the fact that like MCU 4 is 15,000 years old and he's only been doing this Avengers shit for the last 10? This is just like a wild summer for him.
No, this is like he picked up a hobby over the weekend.
See you at Love and Thunder, everybody.
Enough said.